Do you feel you need to make better progress eating a low insulin spiking diet? Trust your gut on this one because you're most likely right. The good thing is it's pretty easy. Sadly, 71.6% of people quit, put on lots of weight, and end up with type 2 diabetes. In this video, I show you 3 things you must do to stay on track and stick to a healthy way of eating for life. But before we get into that, let's define the most significant problem you have right now. Progress. Progress is a forward or onward movement toward a destination. So, what's your destination? Others may consider this a goal. What's your goal? You may want to lose belly fat and see your abs before hitting the beach in the summer. Maybe you just want to be healthy overall, stop feeling tired all the time and having low energy because that sucks. Maybe like me, you don't want type 2 diabetes and everything it has to offer. It can be as simple as wanting to see your kids grow up and stay healthy enough to see them graduate college. My point is, whatever it is, define it and make it tangible. There is no wrong goal. Just make sure to find out the true motivation for achieving it. If you don't know your destination, how can you make progress? It's a recipe for failure. Start thinking of healthy eating as a game of managing the downside. What I mean by this is, suppose carnivore is showing great results for you. Excellent. But what's the one thing that keeps getting in the way of this perfect diet? If you eliminate the downside, the good will take care of itself. This brings me to the first thing you need to make massive progress eating a low insulin spiking diet. And this is the most important one. Bad dietary habits don't just magically vanish because you want to eat healthier now. They're always in the background, patiently waiting for a cue or trigger to throw you off track. The objective is to create a situation in which the conscious and the subconscious motivations align. Both must be working in support of your goal of a low insulin diet. Tempting food cues in your environment are powerful subconscious drivers of food choices. Fortunately, the most crucial tool in your arsenal is also the simplest. Reduce your exposure to insulin spiking food cues. It's not a question of if you will eat that bag of chips in the pantry and more of when you will eat it. Get rid of tempting refined or processed foods that are easy to grab off the counter or table and eat. Do this in your home and work environment. Don't give yourself the option to eat these foods. You will find that you crave them less. There is already lots of marketing that's out of your control, so get rid of the apps that remind you of those foods. Get them off your devices. This will start creating roadblocks to eating. Chances are, if you have to cook something, you will only eat it between meals if you need it. So limit the food in your kitchen to items you need to peel, cook, or reheat before you can eat. When done correctly, this will allow you to automatically fix the second thing you need to make massive progress eating a low insulin spiking diet. And this one is a big one. Fast food companies use this so well to keep you craving their products, making them so much money at the cost of public health. The brain values food that contain calorie-dense combinations of fat, sugar, starch, protein, and salt. And it sets your motivation to eat those foods effortlessly. You don't even need to be hungry. Think ice cream, brownies, french fries, and chocolate. These foods are so rewarding and powerfully drive cravings, overeating, and eventually profoundly ingrained unhealthy eating habits. If you're going to veer off track, stick to simple foods in their natural state like potatoes. They don't have that intensely rewarding edge that makes you overdo it. They also trigger the satiety system to match your caloric intake to genuine needs. Here, you should watch out for habit-forming drugs like alcohol and caffeine. It's not hard to understand how your favorite cocktail can quickly derail any progress you have made. Not everyone finds the same food rewarding, but most of us have a good idea of those problem foods. If you want to never worry about falling for the tricks of fast food companies and succumbing to food rewards, then the third thing you need to make massive progress when eating a low insulin spiking diet will make you fail-proof. It's a no-brainer and a non-negotiable thing for any healthy way of eating to stick, yet you rarely hear about it. If your brain thinks you're starving, it will eventually wear you down, no matter how strong your resolve is. The solution is to give it the necessary cues to realize that everything is fine. Unlike the anti-body fat movement in the fitness circles, you will need to maintain healthy body fat stores for this to work long term. Your body has an inherent need for fat. It's essential for health, fertility, and longevity. It surrounds and cushions vital organs like the kidney and insulates us against the cold. Body fat also signifies health. When distributed in the right right amounts and locations. But critically, fat is our fuel tank, a strategic calorie reserve to protect against starvation. The system that regulates body fat stores in the body function by the same principles as a thermostat in your home. If the temperature dips too low, your thermostat engages the heating system. If it raises too high, it engages the air conditioner. This feedback system maintains the stability or homeostasis of your home's interior temperature. Similarly, the hypothalamus in the brain is the body's fat thermostat. It regulates appetite and body fat. It receives information about the size of fat stores and coordinates physiological and behavioral responses necessary to maintain adequate body fat stores. Weight loss studies have found that if a person loses fat with the help of a hormone called leptin, the body sets in place responses that make you eat more and feel the need to be sedentary, thereby regaining the lost fat. If you keep the brain happy, you will easily breeze through the new diet. There is no rule on what the right amount of body fat is. However, suggestive evidence shows that getting rid of instantly gratifying foods and eating more protein, eating healthy fats, spontaneous physical activity, restful sleep, and stress management can facilitate a healthy amount of fat and maintenance. But there's still one huge mistake people make when trying to make massive progress eating a low insulin spiking diet. And it's this: you now know what you need to do, but if it's not enjoyable, then everything you just learned is useless. Take advantage of everything I just showed you by watching this video to learn how to have more fun with the low insulin spiking meal plan, because if it sucks, you will quit.